Most people have dreams. Very few people build. And the difference between the two isn't intelligence, isn't luck, and isn't motivation. It's something much quieter, something most people never notice until years have passed. This video will show you the exact difference, and once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. Dreamers are not lazy. That's important to understand. Most dreamers think about success constantly. They imagine the outcome. They visualize the lifestyle. They replay future scenarios in their mind. But thinking is where it often stops. Dreaming feels productive. It gives the brain a sense of progress without requiring discomfort. That's why dreaming is addictive. Your brain doesn't fully distinguish between imagined progress and real progress. So when you watch motivational videos, visualize success, talk about future plans, your brain releases satisfaction, not achievement, not results, just comfort. This is where most people get stuck. They confuse emotion with execution. Builders don't start with feelings. They start with structure. They ask, what needs to exist first? What breaks if I stop? What survives without motivation? Builders design systems that work even when they don't feel inspired. Dreamers wait for motivation. Builders prepare for resistance. Dreamers take action when it feels right. Builders take action because it's scheduled. That's the difference. Builders don't ask, do I feel like doing this? They ask, is this part of the system? Consistency beats intensity. Structure beats motivation. Every time a dreamer waits, they reinforce delay. Every delay teaches the brain later is acceptable. Builders understand something critical. Time doesn't wait for clarity. Progress creates clarity, not the other way around. So now you see the first major difference. Dreamers live in the future. Builders live in the process. In the next part, we'll break down how builders think about failure, why dreamers personalize setbacks, and the uncomfortable truth about discipline. This is where the gap really widens. When dreamers fail, they internalize it. They ask, what's wrong with me? Maybe I'm not meant for this. Maybe this isn't my thing. Failure becomes personal. Builders see failure differently. They treat it as data, not a verdict, a signal. Builders don't romanticize failure. They analyze it. They ask, what broke? Where did the system fail? What needs adjustment? Emotion comes after analysis, not before. Dreamers feel first. Builders fix first. Dreamers expect confidence to arrive early. They believe, if I was meant to do this, it would feel right. But building rarely feels right at the beginning. Builders expect resistance. They expect doubt. They expect slow progress because they know discomfort is part of construction. Dreamers rely on motivation. Motivation is emotional. It rises and falls. Builders rely on discipline. Discipline is mechanical. It doesn't care how you feel. Builders don't wait for energy. They create momentum. Builders focus on actions they can repeat daily, not heroic efforts, not bursts of intensity, simple actions executed consistently. Dreamers aim for big moves. Builders aim for small wins that stack. Here's the truth most people don't like. Builders don't start confident. Confidence is built after proof, not before. Dreamers wait to feel ready. Builders move while uncertain. Readiness is a result, not a requirement. Now you understand how each group handles action and failure. In the next part, we'll expose how dreamers use identity as an excuse, why builders focus on environment, not willpower, and how small daily choices separate lives over years. This is where the difference becomes permanent. Dreamers often protect their identity. They say, I'm just not that kind of person. That's not who I am. I'm more of a creative, not a builder. Identity becomes a shield.
Builders treat identity as flexible. They become who the process requires. Dreamers rely on willpower. Willpower fades. Builders design environments that make progress easier. They reduce friction, remove distractions, and make good decisions automatic. Builders don't trust discipline alone. They engineer consistency. Willpower depends on mood. Mood depends on energy. Energy depends on life. Builders assume bad days will happen, so they plan for them. Dreamers assume good days will continue and are shocked when they don't. Most lives aren't changed by big decisions. They're shaped by tiny, repeated choices. Dreamers underestimate small actions. Builders respect compounding. One system, one habit, one adjustment, repeated long enough, everything changes. Dreamers think in weeks. Builders think in years. Dreamers ask, will this pay off soon? Builders ask, will this still matter later? Short-term thinking creates urgency. Long-term thinking creates freedom. You've now seen how thinking, identity, and environment differ. In the next part, we'll connect everything and show you how to shift from dreaming to building starting today. No hype, no pressure, just clarity. Builders don't wait for clarity. They start small. Not because small is impressive, but because small is real. A single action repeated daily beats a perfect plan that never begins. Dreamers search for the right moment. Builders create momentum. Builders follow one rule: never break the chain. Even on bad days, they do the minimum, not because it feels powerful, but because it keeps the system alive. Progress doesn't come from big moves, it comes from continuity. Builders separate emotions from execution. They don't ask, how do I feel today? They ask, what does the system require? Dreamers try to feel their way forward. Builders work their way forward. At first, dreamers look confident. Builders look uncertain. Later, it flips. Time rewards structure. Time exposes shortcuts. Builders win quietly, then suddenly. Dreamers chase comfort. Builders tolerate discomfort. Not pain, not suffering, just the discomfort of consistency. That discomfort is the price of control. You don't need to change your personality. You need to change your process. Start here. Pick one goal. Design one system. Commit to one daily action. That's it. Builders don't do everything. They do the right few things. Dreams don't fail. They fade. They fade when action stays optional. Builders don't wait for belief. They build until belief has no choice but to follow. If this video made you uncomfortable, good. That discomfort is clarity. Subscribe if you're done dreaming and ready to build. This channel is for builders.